President Biden is now bashing Republicans for not doing anything to lower gas prices.
Exactly.
Unbelievable. But as he plays the inflation blame game, even members of his own party don't want to run the political risk of appearing alongside of him. Mark Meredith is at the White House with the latest. Mark, good morning.
Rachel, Stephen, Brian, good morning to you guys. Voters have no shortage of issues on top of their mind going into the midterm elections. But as polling has shown, the top issues appear to be both the economy and inflation. The president tried to address both of those concerns yesterday. He was out in Cleveland, Ohio. The president trying to make the case that he believes the U.S. economy is better off now than it was when he took office about a year and a half ago. But the president also admitting that inflation is still something that's on the top of his mind, too.
We got a long way to go because of inflation, because of I call it the Putin tax increase. Putin, because of gasoline and all that grain he's keeping from being able to get to the market. Now I'm fighting like hell to lower costs on things that you talk about around your kitchen table.
While the president had a decent-sized crowd at the event, including Ohio Senator Sherrod Brown, two notable Buckeye Democrats were not there, including Congressman Tim Ryan, as well as Nan Whaley, who's running for governor, as well as the Senate candidate. Reps for Congressman Tim Ryan telling one outlet that the Ryan had previously scheduled campaign events and could not be there. Now, the president is facing growing questions about his political strategy, not just from pundits, but from members of his own party. NBC is quoting an unnamed Democratic congressman who reportedly claims the president is missing in action. The lawmakers saying there's a benefit to having the president out there every day using his executive power to show the country you're fighting for them. And it's almost like he's hiding. He has the bully pulpit and he's either hiding behind it or under it. I don't know where he is. Now, the White House insists the president is leading not just on the economy, but on other issues like abortion. Today, the focus, though, not on politics, but a party. The president set toward the Presidential Medal of Freedom to 17 people, including some notable names, as well as former Congresswoman Gabrielle Giffords, actor Denzel Washington, and gymnast Simone Biles. Steve, Rachel, and Brian, back to you guys.
Busy day at the White House. Thank you very much, Mr. Meredith. All right, let's bring Stuart Varney back. So the president is out trying to take a victory lap yesterday in the Cleveland area, but the people, okay, so while he says that, it's one thing in his teleprompter, but it's another thing, the reality of the lives everybody in the audience are living because they're all paying so much more for everything.
Exactly. The fact that Tim Ryan was not there and Nan Whaley wants to be the governor of Ohio, right. Democrat. Tim Ryan, Democrat, moderate Democrat, wants to be in the Senate from Ohio. They weren't there. The president is toxic, and I think he's toxic because of inflation. OK, his polls are all the way down because of inflation. Sure. The one thing that this administration will never do is to admit that the original mistake was ending America's energy independence.
Amen.
By cutting energy output from day one of this administration, that was the writing on the wall. That's when the inflation started. That's when Putin got his idea to start invading Ukraine, because he knew that we're going to be energy short. That's when the lady who used to run Germany, I can't remember.
Angela Merkel.
Angela Merkel. That's the very moment when she cancelled plans to import American liquefied natural gas.
Well, then,
to
Stuart,
Germany.
if that was the moment, then why doesn't he just turn the car around and go back and say, you know what, I made a mistake?
The Greens won't let him. Do you think that AOC, Bernie Sanders, and the rest of the progressives, do you really think that they would say, OK, Joe, OK, go ahead, Mr. President, this is how we fix it. We're OK with that.
We would find out exactly how many are in there, how many progressive there are in the party, because they failed miserably in their primaries. AOC has no coattails.
But they run the party.
She's the queen of queens.
They run the party.
But that's their choice. They don't do it in numbers, but we'll see. A couple of things. For him to continue to elevate Vladimir Putin on the world stage and overstate his importance makes him stronger at home, makes more people die in the Ukraine. It fortifies the war effort and say, look at the damage we're doing to the evil empire, the United States of America. Number two, don't say the grain is stuck in Ukraine. We have a Navy. You escort that for the good of the people of Africa and Brazil and around the world. We have a Navy. You escort that grain right out for humanitarian purposes. You give them 48 hours, you let them know if you want to be strong. Number three, the biggest story, they buried the lead. That Intel plant that was supposed to bring in thousands of jobs and bring chips back to Ohio is now on hold in Ohio. That was his big win. That was his Trumpian-like move. I told Intel, bring your manufacturing here. And Intel says, yeah, I thought about it. I'm going to put that on hold for now.
No wonder there are rumblings throughout the Democrat Party that this guy, this president, really cannot lead us going forward. That's the rumbling in the party, and it's getting louder and louder and louder.
But it's weird that they would send him to Ohio, where he's going to be embarrassed because these people don't want to meet with him.
Where do you want to send
And
him?
he's got this failed Intel deal. It's just
Where could he
Delaware.
go?
He's popular in Delaware.
He might as well go back to
home.
his basement and have his sippy cup and his Jell-O, and that would probably be better for him.
You know what I would do?
That's harsh.
I would do.
Oh, come on.
That is harsh.
You know what I would do? Legitimate roundtables with leaders that Trump made famous, and very few people were critical of, whether it was guns or business or tech. You have legitimate roundtables in this area, and you televise it live. Listen to what their problems are, and try to solve them. This
Meet
is
with
what
the
I
oil and
gained from our
gas.
meeting.
Meet with the oil and gas execs.
Do you think that this president could handle a round table, televised, live, no prompter, discussing the issues of the day with
Because
ordinary people? Do
every
you think he could handle that?
Because every CEO across the table is going to say, Mr. President, respectfully, here's why you're wrong.
Right.
Now,
Go on. Sorry.
before
They
you
all wouldn't say that. A lot of them put them in office.
hold that thought for a
Yeah,
second.
exactly.
Stuart, when you got up this morning, you looked at the calendar, and what did you think to yourself? Today is,
July the 7th.
and what does that mean?
It's Ringo Starr's birthday.
And anybody
else?
else?
Somebody more famous than Ringo
He was a great
Starr.
drummer.
Anybody else's
Somebody
birthday?
more important than Ringo Starr.
You know it's my birthday.
Happy birthday, Stuart! Come on! Oh my goodness, that was you.
I didn't know you knew.
What a beautiful cake.
Look at that
This is a
beautiful
beautiful
cake.
Wow.
I didn't know you knew.
I didn't get one like that for my birthday.
Exactly. We just said if Boris Johnson resigns on the day of Stuart's birthday, let's get him a cake. And then sure enough, it happened. And Carly, good job, babe.
Good job. I was actually nervous. I just did 2 full hours of TV. Bringing this cake out made me more nervous than I thought. I was afraid I was going to fall.
I thought you made it.
Why aren't the candles lit?
Is fire allowed in the building? Open
I don't
flame?
think so.
I can get a lighter.
And how many
Get a
candles
lighter.
do you think should be on there?
That's one for every
Not that
decade.
many.
7.
You're 7 years old.
Oh, thank you very much.
There's a lot of room for candles.
Okay, that's
all I
good.
can say.
There should be a lot of room.
Right.
Thanks,
All right,
everybody.
we're going to enjoy
Thank
this
you very
cake.
much.
We're going to
Thank you.
let Carly take over from here. I'll save
Happy
your piece,
birthday.
Carly.
Very
And you
kind.
know
Oh,
the best,
thank you.
The best news is Ted's in a good mood again. Ted loves when we have free cake, right, Ted?
Ted's always in a good mood.
Good job, Jed.
All right, happy birthday, Stuart.
Thanks, fellas. Thanks very much.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday.
Stuart. Absolutely.